This lesson is divided in two parts. In the first part, you will learn how to create a transition where the main character or the subject comes from the bottom. And in the second part, you will learn how to understand these graphs, use them, and all that good stuff. So let's get started. The first thing that I will do is remove this green screen behind him, and I will show you how you can use keyframes to create a pretty cool effect, in my opinion. So let's get straight to it. I've imported some backgrounds from Leonardo AI that I've generated a while ago. I just wanted to show a cool transition that you can do when you have a character separated by your background, whatever the background is. And to do that, we go ahead and put the, in this case, Mr. Beast by your character below the image at the start. You hit a keyframe on everything, and then you go forward a bit when he starts speaking, and you put the keyframe of Mr. Beast upwards. This is what we have right now.
So what do you guys think? Sorry about the horrible audio quality.
We can add a whoosh sound effect. And as you can see, we have now a transition where Mr. Beast appears from the bottom.
So what do you guys think? Sorry about the...
Which is pretty good. Here we have a counter that goes up to 1,000,000. And you can use it over any video like this. You just click screen on the overlay mode, and it is going to blend perfectly. But to show you properly, I will use it on a black screen. So let's get started. I'm going to start with a small scale, and I'm going to end up with the maximum scale. But the problem is, if you look at this, it just goes constantly, and it's not that good. So to change that, we right-click on the clip, show keyframe animation. Once we have that, we click on scale so that it shows our keyframe animation. And as you can see, it is a straight line. Let's zoom in. As you can see, it is purely a straight line. And to change this, you can go over this in three ways. The first one is clicking on keyframes and clicking auto curve. With auto curve, as you can see, you will have a kind of a curve which basically speeds up the zoom in the middle of the clip and slows it at the ends. And this is how it looks like. Since we don't really like that because we want something that speeds up at the end, we are going to Ctrl Z, so undo our auto curve. And now we can do two things. The first one being using graphs. You can use these pre-made graphs to help you, but I really suggest to go with the custom ones that you can create just by clicking here. And this is a free curve. How does this work? You get basically given this handle that by moving up or down, you basically choose how do you want your curve to be. As you can see, it's changing. And the way it works, it's honestly pretty simple. The line is basically a bunch of keyframes side by side, okay? This is a keyframe, this is a keyframe, this is a keyframe. And to understand their values, you can simply play the video. As you can see, it zooms out a little bit at the start and then zooms in at the end, okay? We want to remove the zoom in at the start, so what we're going to do is click free curve, and we're going to make sure that the line of keyframes goes above our keyframe. So by doing that, basically the scale here improves and then becomes static and then improves once again. Let's take a look. So as you can see, we have the line going above our initial keyframe, so this means it's going to zoom in, and then it became static, so it's not going to zoom in for a while, and then it zoom in at the end all at the same time. So let's see if this actually works. Perfect. You saw that it goes fast at the start and then slows down and then restarts at the end. Another thing that you can do if you want to make the zoom even wider is, since you cannot move this handle more than 500, you can either use this arrow, type in a value, or simply move this keyframe upwards. Since I've gone up a lot here, I want to add another keyframe in the middle to help the effect, so I will click here, another free curve. After some final adjustments, we have a small counter at the start, it increases fast, and then slowly grows, and then here it has kind of a jump, and then it slowly grows again. What I've also gonna add and done is adding an opacity keyframe here at 100 and here at 0, so that it slowly disappears. Let's see how this looks like. I'd say it's honestly perfect. So now we got the understanding of how to zoom with the graphs. To summarize, in this lesson you learn how to use this transition, how to use graphs, how do they work, and in the next video I will teach you a cool effect that I've used in the past that involves social media icons appearing and popping up, how to use keyframes on color grading and on text. I'll see you there.